Hey you guys, little problem with Facebook today. It will not let me post my affiliate links on it. So, whoops, gotta shut the volume off. That would help. So let me find the live now. What is with this? I'm like totally frozen out of Facebook. Bear with. I can't see any comments or anything yet. See if I can find you. There we are. Hey. Hey. All right. So what I'm going to do is put the affiliate links in the beginning of the comments. All right. Since it will not, usually I post it above with my picture, you know, of what we're going to do tonight kind of thing. But it would not let me do that. I have tried 3 times, and that's why you got the post saying that I was going live tonight a little bit late, because I was messing with this. Love my life. So just, ooh, I don't want pictures. So give me just a few seconds and let me put these 2 affiliate links for tonight on here. You guys can listen to Heather. There's one. And I apologize, you guys. Good old Facebook. If you're just coming on, Facebook would not let me post my affiliates for this evening, and it flagged it. And that's why you guys didn't see my Facebook page till a little bit late, because of that reason. So, love Facebook. Love it, love it, love it. So let me just post these 2 really quick. They're going to be at the beginning of the comments, because that's the only place right now I can get them in there for you guys. And done. All right. Hey, darling. How are you? All right, so let me move you guys over here out of my way. All right, Heather, I'll get to go back there for right now. So, hey, if you're on, say hi so I know you're here. I can see you guys. Some people are watching. And I had to write a list of everything, because everything has come from different places. And I know everybody wants to know, so I had to make a list of everything, because I wouldn't have been able to keep up with it. It would have just been crazy. So, we are going to make, as you guys probably figured out by my little picture, a bee wreath. So, we're going to get started with some of this. I was cleaning some things, looking for stuff, and I have a bunch of things over there. What do you call them? Sprays, you know, floral things, and they have all the sequins and all on there. Hey, Janet, how are you? So, if you want to know where everything is, I'm going to go down the list really quick. So, get a paper and pencil if you want to know where everything came from. If you forget, I can go back. It's not a big deal. So, we're going to start with this. We're making a bee sign tonight, and we're going to use this one, and I want to put this little guy like kind of right here. So I thought that would be kind of cute. Hey, Bess, how are you? From Indiana. Woohoo, I bet you got the cold up there. We're cold here. We got a little bit of snow, but it's kind of all gone where I am. All right, so the frame comes from Craft Outlet, but you can get it from Decoexchange. And at the beginning of the comments are where the 2 affiliate links are for tonight, which is Decoexchange and Susie's Ultimate Mesh Roller, which I have over here. I'll get that in the picture in a minute. The bead head comes from Piazz Wreaths. It's Pizzazz Wreaths. And I'll post at the end, because like I said, Facebook was being a ding-a-ling tonight and wouldn't let me post the affiliate links and everything like I normally do. So it's all going to have to come at the end. So just FYI. Hey, Casey. So Piazz Wreaths. Oh, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. This is Piazz Wreaths. Piazz like pizza with 2 Z's at the end. This comes from Jane's Front Door. Okay. The ribbons we're going to be using tonight. These, oh, let me get rid of the pen. So some of these came from Wreaths by Mary, which is this one. And I also got the black polka dot from Wreaths by Mary. But you can you can find them anywhere. As far as that goes. Where's my, oh, it's in here. So the bee ribbon comes from Southern Wreath Shop. This comes from Khalees. And the polka dot, like I said, comes from Wreaths by Mary's. And I'm using my thing because, like I said, I had so many different things today. I have more ribbon. We'll go over the rest of the ribbon. The mesh you can get from anywhere. But just to FYI, that's some of them. I did get this at Hobby Lobby. So I thought, maybe I might cut off some of these guys and can kind of stick them in the wreath. I haven't decided about that yet. But, just a thing. Hey, Trish. How are you? Thank you. Yeah, share. Nobody's doing bees yet. I decided to do some bees. I got kind of bored with some of the other stuff. So I'm going to keep my little notepad here in case you guys have any questions. And again, my 2 affiliate links for Decoexchange I've listed in the beginning of the comments. And for the Ultimate Mesh Roller, which is right here. Let me move my wire. I have things all around the table today. So we're going to do this. This has 18. Now, when you guys go buy the wreath frames, you may want to, I usually count, how many little ties are on them, because some of them have the odd numbers on them, which is okay, because you can put the bow, where the odd one is, kind of thing on your wreath. But I like them with it even. It just makes it easier. I don't know. Even numbers are easy. I know, right, Janet? All right. So tonight's mesh. I'm going to angle you guys a little bit. So hopefully I'll hold on so you can see. There's my mesh roller. I gotta wait for it to come up on here. I gotta get rid of one pillow back here. Okay. All right. So as you can see, I got this. This came from Decoexchange. Why I only bought one? I always buy things in 2, but who knows? But I thought this would be really cool tonight. And I'm going to use it with just a plain, that's going to be my ruffles. And I'm going to use just a plain mesh. Now, I had one that was black and yellow, but it was remnants, so to speak, left over, and I didn't have enough. I didn't even have enough to do the top. I was like too short, and I was kind of bummed because I really wanted to use that tonight. But, oh well. All right. So, mesh roller, look at this, how easy this is. Some people don't like to put it underneath when they're doing the wreath base. I do because it keeps it still from unraveling and everything. I am okay, thank you, and you. Hey, good. Very cute idea. Hey, thank you. Hey, Charlotte. Charlotte, weren't you on a date night? Or was that yesterday? I was like behind on my Facebook. Hey, Diane. Hey, Beth. I know. Black and yellow. Hello. And I really love this yellow. Oh, this is just like, it's a poly. So it's like plastic, poly mesh. So it's like plastic. So it's less of fraying kind of thing. The black mesh you can get anywhere. We're home now and we went sushi. Okay, I tried sushi when I was in Hawaii and I was not a fan. I don't know. I didn't mind the rice part. I guess it was, what do you call it, lox? Or I don't know what they call it. But I tried it once and I went, A lot of people think I'm kind of nuts that I don't like sushi, but I like Italian food. All right, so when I do a wreath and I'm starting my thing here, I look for one where it's close to the bottom of one so that I'm not wasting mesh going from here to here, from angle to angle. So this one looks really close here. See how they're close in line? So when I finish going to the inner ring, I can come down to the outer ring and not waste as much mesh, so to speak. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. Okay. Where was I? Oh, right here. So you can do this where you can tuck it in and under and do it, which is a way to do it too, and that way you don't have to worry about cutting it. And you're just going to make sure you have enough mesh at the end. Some people will do it like this, and then I got to get a little bit more. I don't want to do it that way because I want to make sure I have enough. This is part of a roll, and I want to make sure I have enough. This is my only black roll, so I'm going to do it this way so I'm not folding as much or losing as much, so to speak. I'm trying to save as much as I can. Hey everybody! I love Italian food too. That's me, born and raised. So I'm going to take a zip tie. I take it about an inch from where I just tied it on with the tie. And then I clip it. Voila! The excess I'll cut about an inch away from where I just put the zip tie. Why is this like tied around it? Okay, there we go. And I'll cut about an inch away. Voila. Alright, so my goal is to do 10 inches and 12 inches. But it may be 10 and 10. We're going to see how we go. I was raised, my dad was Italian, or still is. He's 98. I hope I live as long as him, if not longer. Hey Ruth, how are you? And he's Italian. So we had a lot of lasagna, you know, manicotti and whatever. And of course my mom, you know, always cooked, as we call it, American food because she was Irish. So we had a little bit of both. The Irish and the Italians. I hear my dog huffing, snuffing under the door over there. She's not allowed up here when I'm doing the lives here because she goes crazy. Oops. Got my ribbon tucked underneath there. I ran out of pins, y'all. Who runs out of straight pins when you have all this ribbon? I do. Hey, Gail, Louisiana. Oh, boiled shrimp and fried catfish. Now, I'm not a catfish person, but I will eat the shrimp. I can't wait. I'm going down there for the Wreath Makers Live, and I am waiting to get some oysters. Hey, Joyce. We used to do the crawfish with the corn. You just, you know, cook it all and you throw it out on a picnic table, and it's kind of like fend for yourself kind of thing. And we'll do that with crab, and we just... everybody just sit down and you just grab whatever you wanted off the table. So it was kind of cool. So share and like this page, you guys. We're trying to get to 2,500 people. Okay? Because then we get to do a giveaway. So I like doing giveaways. So we got to do that. You need a wrist thing for... No, I ran out of pins. Look. I keep my straight pins in here. I have none. I ran out. So I have ribbon that does not have any pins on it right now. And I'm like, okay, I'll go get some. And I have my granddaughter today. Hey, Cheryl. How are you? Elizabeth! My friend from Louisiana. Is it cold down there, Elizabeth? I bet you all are a lot warmer than we are up here. What was I saying? Senior moment. Oh well. It will come back to me an hour from now. Oh, I had my granddaughter today. So I couldn't go out and go get the pins and stuff. Because then we had our contractor come today. Finally. So we went over the design, you know, kind of what we're looking for in the art to do our master bedroom. So he says it could take... I love it how they say, oh, it could take, you know, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. And I went, make up your mind. I was like, I'm living down here. So I'm really excited on the design. But, you know, it's all talk. They got to put it on paper and everything else. No, last week was, but today, 70, Elizabeth. I hate you. It's supposed to be in the 60s here coming up. So it's crazy. All right, so I did 10-inch poofs around here. Look at how that stands out, the nice yellow for the bumblebee. So I'm going to take this part right here and I'm going to bring it down to the closest one. Save all the mesh I can and just tie it in there. And I'm just going to do one loop around. Don't make it so tight that you pull this one down. So just remember that part. And of course, if I tie this one, that would help too. I stopped. Gail, you have to good food in the Lawrence. I know. I used to live there for 3.5 years. All about the food. Spent 4 days down there in down in the French Quarter. So I'm all ready to go. I can't wait. Kansas, lived in Kansas too, Deborah. Being the military wife, hello. I'll tell you, we lived in a lot of places. We were there and, do I dare tell how long ago? I think it was early 90s. And actually a tornado hit like 20 minutes from where we were. Thank God we weren't there. So, you know, we weren't close by. Gail, Elizabeth lives at Fort Polk. She's military. Sorry. I'm responding for you. Alright, so I'm trying to go 12 inches on the outside. Hey Venus, how are you? Hey Krista. You guys share and like this page. We're doing the bees. We're doing the bees. It's cold out, but who cares? Let's do some bees. Get some spring stuff in there. They said the groundhog didn't see his shadow, so it's supposed to be in early spring. Yay. Hey Charla. Oh, Krista, excuse me. Yeah, I got you guys all over from down south. There's nobody up here that's on here. Come on, you all. Where is everybody? I figured everybody's going to be like, hey, we're cold. It's Saturday night. We're not going out. So come on, let's have some fun. So I'm going to apologize to y'all. Last week was a crazy week. All right, Damon, who's, you know, I'm in his business classes and stuff. He was gone the week before, so he was making up classes, and he did them on Sunday and Monday, and then I'm in his other 2 classes that are on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it kind of left me with nothing, you know, to do, but I was also not feeling well for a couple of days last week. So that didn't help much. And, you know, I had my granddaughter for a bunch of the days last week as well. So it was just a little bit of a rough week. So that's why I didn't do another live last week. So I apologize. Excuse me, for this week. So, but I'm trying to make it up to you guys. Back in the saddle. All right, so I should have enough to make this around. I pray. I pray. Cal from Georgia. Terry, we're in Georgia. Kentucky. We got West Virginia here. We got Louisiana here today. And of course, I'm Virginia. We got Indiana, Jersey. It's a Jersey girl in the house, Marianne. I'm so ready to get. I know. I am so ready for spring too. I like the winter. I mean, I like all seasons, and that's what's nice about, you know, where we live here in Virginia. You still get the seasons. I mean, being from New York, you know, you got seasons too, and a little bit colder. But this is kind of nice here. You know, I don't mind it. My husband wants to retire more south, which is okay. I don't know. I've moved so many times. It's like, oh, does that mean I get to have another house? That time I'm going to go for the guts, and I'm like, it's going to be all or nothing if we move down there. Missouri, New Hampshire, Illinois, West Virginia. Good, Venus. Missouri, Philly. Oh, we got everybody in the house. Wouldn't it be cool if we can get all 50 states on? That would be cool. Oh my God, that would be awesome. That's just a dream. I set these funky goals like that, you know. That would be really cool. Houston, Texas. Hey Sharon, how are you? We got a lot of people in the house tonight. Yay! Yay, yay, yay! The more the merrier. 14. See, I'm counting as I'm looking at. I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention, you guys. I'm trying to keep up the comments. That's where I go to when we want to retire south. I don't care where. See, here's my thing. Hey, Jane from Seminole, Texas. Now, there's a Seminole Indians in Florida. Diane from CA, California. I don't mind. You know, to me, where I live is where I live. But I told my husband, I said, I'd like a lake so that I can walk out my backyard, take a boat, go boating on the lake, go jet skiing, you know, swim in the water, whatever. But I don't want it to be where I have to worry about alligators or sharks. So that's my problem. So anything like Michigan would be beautiful, or Lake Tahoe would be nice. The bees are so... Oh, wait until you see the signs if you haven't already, Venus. We're going to get back to them. All right, so when I finish, just like I started, I'm so glad I have much left over. I was worried about that. Now, you may think because going inside, I may just use this. I'm just going to go inside in between here just because I'm at the end of the roll. I wasn't going to do that because I have the ruffles. So what I'm doing is in between these guys, I'm just going to put a layer in there, and I'll skip. I'll go every other one and I'll tie it. And okay. I wasn't planning on doing this part, but I'm at the so very end of the roll. If it doesn't get me to the all the way around, then I'll go back and cut it off. Hey, Christina. See, Christina, hope you're not on a treadmill today. I saw you went to the Chinese festival here in D.C. I assume it was in D.C. All right, I stayed home today. I had my granddaughter, and like I said, the contractor came finally so we can get that going. So I'll be living down here in the dining room still. Whoops. I might not have enough to go around. Let's see. This is taped. I hate it when they put staples in it. That's a pain in the neck. Hello, my friend. I know, it is cold. I told my husband the other night, I said I wanted a fireplace. We have a fireplace up in our master bedroom. He forgot. I think he fell asleep. And me starting a fire, I've done it where I thought the flume was open. The next thing I'm looking, it's kind of smoky up here, isn't it? And I'm like, oh, good God. And then I get the husband to come and open it and say, honey, can you open this for me? Will I have enough to go around? Where did I start? Might be just enough, y'all. Oops, let me get my tie up from there. Might just make it. Might just make it. What celebration is in the Kennedy Center, Christine, on the 9th? Is that the Chinese one? Where did I start? Ah, you know what happened here? Whoa, that's weird. Hold on. Back up. Reverse engines. Wow, what did I do over there? I got this big thing sticking out here. Reverse, reverse. See, you get to talking and you go like silly, silly me. But this is easy. This makes it go easy. Oh, I see. What the heck happened here? Okay, I got it. I got it now. I got it under control. I see what happened. This is the one that came down. Well, that's bizarre. Silly me. Guess I didn't twist my thing good enough. There we go. Back on. Hey, Diana. How are you? Diana, those angel wings you did today were gorgeous. Did you hand paint those? That was gorgeous. Oh, see, I see what happened. That's what happened before. Back in there. Back in the box, Mr. Mesh. Okay, now you're not going to come out. I'll put this on the other side. All right, here we go. Now, you don't have to untwist these to put these in. Sometimes I will, and it just depends how long these are. These are pretty long, these ties, so you don't have to do that. Oops. Oops, come on, come on. See how fast I can go, right? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. That was weird. Can't believe I did that. Oh well. All good. Might just make it around. Now this doesn't have to be as poofy in here. You can make it as whatever you want. If you want it poofy or not. It's just more to cover up the railing in here. But like I said, because I was going to do the ruffles, that would cover it. But that was really curly. Stick this in there since it was at the end. Ooh. So sharing like you guys. And I'm going to poof out all these in a minute. I used to do it each time, but then as you're going around, they get in the way anyway. Oh, look at that. I made it. Yeah, baby. Made it all the way around. Alright, so I'm back to where I started. And what I'm going to do with this, because it's so at the end. Let me curl it the other way. And I'm going to just take this and do the old tuck method. Just tuck it under. Oh, I hear my dog. I hear her at the door. She's so jealous. My husband likes to say, he goes, now when you go live, he goes, don't say, hey honey, I'm going live. So that the dog doesn't go crazy and start barking. So I said, okay. So I told him, I said, I'm going to go live at 7. So just to let you know. He's like, okay. So I just came down and I shut the door and she went crazy. And it's just the sound of the door. She was just like, oh, who's in the house? Who's in the house? Kind of thing. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Hey, Rihanna. All right, so I'm just folding this over enough, and I'm just gathering it, and it's going to go in Z-tie. And that way I don't have to worry about cutting it. It doesn't matter because it's at the end of the roll. And we'll tuck it on one of the poops anyway. Alright, so now we'll do the poofs. The poofs. Oh, you guys see that wreath behind me? I'm going to tell you a story. Let me do these poofs. So that wreath there, I started, where is he? I was going to do him. Whoops. Mr. Gnome. Mr. Gnome. And he was going to be, I pulled out, I kept saying, oh, should I do it in a grapevine wreath? You know, which you would think, because he's a woodsy guy. I'm doing fine, Nancy. Thank you. Hey, Cheryl. How are you? And so I was like, no, let me see if I can do him in one of the pine, you know, ones. That's still kind of woodsy-like. Oh, wrong way. Oh, no, I was right way. And so I did the whole thing in black mesh because I said, oh, black mesh, you know, he's got the black on the hat. I'll accent it with green and yellow. And so I did the green and yellow on the outside, and I went, the green isn't quite the green. It was more of like a Christmas green, and he's kind of like a hunter green or a mossy green. So I was just like, hey, Virginia, how are you? Hey, Lillian. And so I was just like, it ain't going. It ain't working for me. So I sat him off on the side here for, I don't know. Oh, see if he doesn't want to stand up. That's because he got butt surgery. I took out all his little issues in his butt. So he sat over here for like a week. And then just literally, I think it was last night, I decided to, hey Marie, to go ahead and I said, he's sitting over here on the floor with the wreath. I got to do something. So I said, he's just not working. I got to have another sign. So I went through my signs and I pulled out the flamingo wreath. And I looked at the wreath and I said, oh my God, the colors, the green and the yellow, it goes perfect with the flamingo. Hello, who knew? And because most people think with the flamingo, you know, you do pink, which is what I was going to do, like a hot pink, you know, with it. And, you know, green, the colors that are in it. And it worked out perfect. Now, where I ended it, when I poofed it, I'm sticking it underneath the poof here. So, just to FYI. I'm going to pull this one all the way up. There we go. All right. There's our wreath. Okay, so let me show you this guy so you can see better. Come up here. I'm going to put this down here for a minute. So it's on one of the pine wreaths. Whoops. Now I probably just messed up all the tails. And I did it in black, as you can see. And I had put the Carolynne curl method on the yellow and the green that was in here, and it just didn't go. The greens didn't match. So like I said, I pulled out this sign which had the greens, the different color greens, and of course the yellow, and I went, perfect. So I wound up creating this baby. You know, I put the flamingo ribbon in. I put a little check in there just to make it fun. Oops, wrong way. Then when I used, this is only the second time I used it, I got that, now I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I know I am. Delphini ribbon. It comes wrinkled. And I love using it in the bows. Now you can't use it as tails or anything. And I think it comes in 2-inch size too. But I use that in here and I really like it as just something different in texture. And then of course the bows, I put some light pink tubing and a yellow tubing in there, and I went, voila, we're all ready for the summer. Isn't it cute? I don't have it listed in my Etsy shop yet because I just did it, but and I didn't even put the bee in. The bee one we're making today, but I will put it in with a Facebook just saying like bee. And if you're interested in this, just make a comment down below and I'll let you know. But there you go. Back on the post. Alright, so back to beehive. So what I did with my ultimate mesh roller, able to stack my ribbons on top of each other, and I put it through here and I can cut them. Now I cut maybe only like 12 because these are the signs we're going to use today. We're going to use this guy. And I want to put the little bee head, like, I want to put the sign like on an angle. Like a little bit of an angle. Whoops, I'm going to fall. Just trying to reach in between here. So I want to put the sign on an angle and put the bee head like up here and then over here like a bow and kind of do that. I thought that would be kind of cute. Because, you know, him alone, you know, he looks like he's missing a body, so this is kind of like his body. So we're going to see how that goes. And I wore a sweater again. I always say I'm not going to wear a sweater. Thank you, guys. I know, it's stinking cute. I just love this head. And I can pull these out, you know, if I want to make them go straight and curly. But I like them just like that. So I haven't decided if I was going to mount on here yet, you know, which way. I figured once I get that sign on, we'll go through all that. So, back to my book with all my little stuff because there's so many. Look at, I've got stuff all over me. So if you want to know, we're going to use 3 ribbons per tie. So we have the bee ribbon, and the bee ribbon came from Southern Wreath Shop. We have, it's like a yellowy, not quite truly yellow, it has a little bit, I guess, like orange tint to it. And this 1.5 came from Khalees. And this one came from Wreaths by Mary, as far as that goes. So that's where I got those from. I cut these at 13 inches, and I didn't cut a lot. I know I did 10 or 12. I know I did, like, I think it's 12, because depending, you know, the bow's going to go to one place and where the sign is. So once we get this on and the sign on, then I'll have a better idea, you know, where we have to add some more. and cut some more. So before I do this though, how about we add the ruffles in? I cut these at, what did I do, 20? I did these 20 inches long. And this came from Decoexchange. And like I said in the beginning of the comments, has the Decoexchange and the Ultimate Rest Roller, my affiliates for those. So please use those. That would be great if you want to get any of this stuff. This came from Decoexchange, this yellow. And it's poly, it's plastic. It's like plastic. And I thought it was so cute. But I only ordered one roll. So I'm going to fold it in half and I'm just going to do the ruffle. And you can start inside, outside, it's up to you. But I thought this would be, I know it's square, but it kind of reminded me like the honeycombs, you know, in the thing. Oh, that's just so cool. I forgot I have them down here. I didn't want to put them on this side because this side I walk back and forth for the camera. So it's beautiful. I know, that was a sad joke. Look at, how do you guys get all those little icons on the, you know, when people put that they're replying to somebody's comment, I can only get like a reply, a check, or write a comment which goes to their message section. I can't do all those little smiley faces like off to the side, not directly in the comment. I'm just not a computer person. Look at how cute that is. Oh, look at that. Oh, my bee, my bee. Go back away, bee. Stinking cute. So since we're going to be redoing the master bedroom, and they're basic, I mean literally are taking it back to four walls. The way our bedroom is, if you picture four walls, and then on a quarter of that is like a box right now, which has, you know, where the bathroom is and stuff. But when you lay in the bed, you're looking right into the medicine cabinets with the lights. There's no door there. So it's just like horrible design. So we're going to do it, make the box bigger, and you're going to walk in like a galley kitchen, like rectangle. And so there'll be all closets on the sides, and then you go, you know, it'll be a double sink, which we have now. And then the back, right now it has like the tub and the toilets like this way. We're going to take the toilet out, make the shower this way, and put the toilet here. So it's like a big shower. Big shower. And there's going to be room for a couple of people in there. Because my husband's, you know, men. Like, oh, honey, a big shower. I'm like, dude. You know, I'm past the little... although there are nights, you know. Those are nights. Yeah, I know, Deborah. So anyway, so I'll be down here for many months. I'm hoping, you know, of course the builder goes, when do you want to start? I said today. I want to get it done and over with because I know I'm, you know, going to visit my other, look at that green mesh in there. Where are all my ties? They're all hiding. Come on up, you guys. Going away for the summer and stuff. It's, you know, taking a little vacations, you know. You gotta take vacations to keep your mind good. Hi, Emma, how are you? Yeah, share and like this page, you guys. I mean, the more the merrier. Like to meet people, like to see people. It's fun. It's fun when people are on. Look at the chit chat. Look at that. That's so cute. Oh, I may have to order more of that. Now, I didn't cut all of these either because so I can show you how I cut it. And my stupid, I'm getting to the point of throwing this away. See, it keeps coming undone. And last time, this little thing keeps rolling forward and it stops. So I've been trying to hold it with my thumb. Somebody said, oh, put a new blade in. So I did put a new blade in this week, you know, the other night. And I was like, it still does the same thing. So I have another one which doesn't, like, this has that, you know, if you do it, it has that little safety button, because I'm the type to grab it the wrong way and I'll cut myself. My other one doesn't. It's a little bit old school. Thank you, Regina. Yeah. And, so I may have to go get a different one, because that one's driving me crazy now. It didn't do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dork all of a sudden and using it wrong. Whatever. Life goes on. Life goes on. So what is everybody doing? Did everybody get any snow? We got a little snow. Was it yesterday? Or the day before, but it's basically all gone now. But some places, whether it be north of us or south or west of us, got a little bit more. But it's going to be in the 60s is coming up. It's like, yay. Going to go from 20 degrees to 60 and then back to 20 degrees again, and everybody's going to get sick. You know how that goes. Oops. So it's just crazy. I call it like Indian summer, they used to call it. I know, isn't it gorgeous? It came from Decoexchange. My affiliate link is at the beginning of the comments, so please use it. Let me get this one from over here. I think it's so cool. I wasn't quite sure if it would, you know, look good or anything, and maybe that's why I only ordered one, but now I regret that, because I always use two. You washed the Jeep today? Look, Janet. Heck no, not here. I literally was at the gas station doing my windows, you know, with the squeegee thing. And as I'm doing it, the water is like freezing on the windows. And I'm like, ugh. So no matter how quick I said, okay, I'll do one line and try to squeegee it off, do another line. So I was like, okay, put the defogger things on. And I did that to kind of heat up the window so that it wouldn't freeze as I was doing it. Did you guys see any of this flying on the floor over there? Let me know. Janet, you in California. Illinois, Janet. Oops, thought you said... What? Hey, I get the comments mixed up too sometimes, y'all. So it's all good. All good. North Carolina getting floods. So you guys go from, I don't know if this is in the same place where you are initially, where you are in California, but you know, going from rain to floods. Isn't that crazy? I mean, just super crazy, the weather that it's been since last year. It's just weird. That's like, oops. I had to go down to Hobby Lobby because I had to buy, I have a lady that wants one of the big initials just hanging from a ribbon. Anyway, and that's where I got hers, and, you know, I wanted to, they were on, you know, sale and stuff. And I was going to do a live. I thought, okay. And it was just like, it was so cold, and I wasn't feeling good, but I knew I had to go to get it. And I was just like, and there was like nobody in the stores. And I think it was just because it was just so cold. 17 degrees and high is supposed to get to 58 on Monday. I know. It goes from the polar vortex to like summertime. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, who knows? The cold wind, the cold. I mean, going from cold to hot to freezing to hot, you know, it's like, good Lord. Mother Nature, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Yeah, the weather's crazy. Crazy. Whoops. Got all my sharp things over here. It's just so unpredictable. I mean, every summer, we've been here, you know, 21 and a half years now. And most of the time you can predict, not predict, but it's been okay. You know, it's been hot or cold. Not like last year. Rain all summer, all winter. And I literally, and I'm not kidding, I have 4 gardens right up against the house sections, all gone. Lost every single bush that's in there. The flowers that are going to come up in the spring, some of them are coming up now, matter of fact, or that stay out green and all. Those are still there. Lost, I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it was 8 hue bushes. I lost them all. And the only thing that's still there, but they're dying, is what they call like boxwood, you know, hedges, but they're pruned. I have 2 of those on one side, and at the very end of the one, I have this big, what do you call it, holly bush, but I cut it to make it look like a tree, because I hate it, because of all the bees and stuff. And that's all that's left in my garden. So it happened, throughout the summer, and then, you have a sidewalk in front, and then we have another, garden area, and in there, I lost one. It's still there because it was dying towards, the Christmas time and all. I said, I'm not going to take it out to the spring. Just leave it. And there's 3 other little flowers. And it's just because it was so much water that basically the roots rotted. So it's like, really? Really? So it just kind of sucks. It just kind of sucks. Big time. It is 50 in Illinois today, and it's 45 on Wednesday. God, I know, it's crazy. Cold wind made me say, yeah. Oh, did I freeze on comments? Hold on, y'all. Okay. And this iPad is going crazy. Hey, Trish, how are you? Because Facebook is just crazy, too. I think my last live froze twice. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more we got to cut. Make sure there's no hanging around here, because I hate it when you cut more than what you need. All right, so pull out the ultimate mesh roller, tuck it underneath. I said I cut these at 20 inches. Let me move my things. And watch how this silly old thing works, because now it gets me mad. Let me take off that little bit there. All right, so I'm going to measure it out to 20. See, it's already flopped down in the front. I don't get it. And I push it back like that. Watch it. Of course, it won't do it. See how it rolled right into the front? And then it stops me from cutting. Oh! Oh! All right, what did I say, 5? So I got to keep pulling it back. If you guys got any suggestions for me on that, let me know, because it's driving me crazy. So it's 2, it's 3. I thought the angle, all of a sudden, I was like, this has been fine. Oh, 3, 4. See how it stops it? Oh! Oh my God, this is going to drive me crazy. And I think I'm going to get 5. Oh, that's funny. Clear tape. You always see that brown tape on here, not the clear like Scotch tape. Interesting. Something new. I had to cancel my hair appointment today twice because of the weather. I know. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit bigger, but I'm not going to waste the mesh and throw it away. But I will make it even on this side, because that side's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Crazy, I tell you. Oh. I'm going to cut my fingers off doing it this way. So like and share, you guys. Whoops, come here, come here. The more we have, the more it's fun. See, we got to try to get all 50 states here. We don't have anybody from Oklahoma or North and South Dakota or Nebraska. If you know anybody, tell them to come. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the loves, y'all. Alright, so we're going to stick this baby in. I'll stick it right here because there's always that one spot that looks like it needs a little more something, a little more. Oklahoma, yay! We got Oklahoma in the house. There we go. What am I catching on? See? Look, my ribbon's going to fly all over the place. Back over here. Ribbons. There we go. Because I'm sitting more this way. Tennessee. Yay. Pennsylvania. Arkansas. Is it cold in Arkansas? I know Oklahoma gets cold weather, but is Arkansas? Tennessee in the house. See? We got a lot. Let's see. Who else do we need? We got Texas. We got Cali. We need Washington State. Michigan. Anybody from Michigan? Oh, see, I just said Michigan. Hey, Kay. I should write this down. What else is up there? Wisconsin. We got Illinois. We got Indiana. Look at, I'm trying to remember all 50 of my states. Hello. We need like Rhode Island, Maine. We got New Hampshire in the house. Nobody from, well, I can say I'm from New York. Who else? We got Jersey. We don't have anybody from Florida. I haven't seen Florida. Ohio, Missouri, yes. Cool. Isn't this cool? You know, when I'm driving by myself, like I go to my daughter's house and she's in Virginia, but on the, I call it the west side of Virginia. And so it's just a mind game. So on the way back, I get kind of bored driving. So I have a piece of paper and I write down as I see, I look for the license plates and I try to see how many, different states I can get because it's like a 4-hour drive and it's just a mind game. And I think the most I got was like 30 one time. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I can get all 50 states. Thank you for the loves, you guys. Kansas here. I bought a new Fiska, like the one in Pink and Shear's 2-blade. I know, aren't they? My pinky ones, I had those, and those were specifically my fabric ones. But now they've been my wreath ones. I have these ones. We all like have a million scissors, and these are like, it has a little thing, but they're long. These are Fiskas too, but they don't cut as well on the mesh. They're good for the like the mesh stuff, but not so good on the ribbons. But they're old scissors too. I don't throw away my scissors. I keep everything. I don't have more. Illinois here, Kentucky, yay! Nova Scotia, Canada, Linda. When we were going to live in Alaska, my husband did the drive. He left from New York, drove all the way up through Canada up to Alaska. It took him 8 days. He was by himself, but he took gorgeous pictures along the way. Me, on the other hand, with 3 toddlers, I flew. And we had some cats at the time. Did we? We had one cat. Didn't we? I got into showing cats, I know, when I was up there. I think I had one cat. I had one cat. So I think he took the cat with him because I was flying. It took me 24 hours of flying because being in the military, they fly you from your last duty station. And I went up to New York to visit family and stuff before we went up to Alaska, thinking, hey, we're not going to see anybody for 3 years because it's too expensive for people to fly up there. And my father-in-law had to drive us down to Newark. And then we flew from there up to Michigan, all the way across to Washington. Had to have a layover, you have layovers and stuff, and eventually up to Alaska. But it was like literally 24 hours of flying with all the layovers with 3 toddlers. My son wasn't even quite 2. My girls were, I think, 3. I had twins. That was fun on the plane. Wait, SW of Springfield? What's SW? Okay, so now we're going to put our tails in. So again, we got the bees, the beautiful bees. with the yellow and the black polka dots. I know you guys are probably thinking, why not black and white stripes or something? You know what? I wanted to be different. Hey Deb, how are you? I'm in Cross, Missouri from St. Louis. Cool. All right. Let's see. Oh. Let's see how these are going to look, y'all. I think they're going to look fabulous. Fabulous, I tell you. Should I do it at an angle? Whoops. Ooh, no, I like it like this. I like it like this. Come here, bee. Ooh. What you guys think? Beautiful, right? Now these are cut 13 inches long. I was debating about 13 or 14 inch. So I decided to, 12 inch or 14 really, I should say. I knew I wanted to make it a little bit bigger because this type of wreath sits up more. It's more poofier. Poofier, I tell you. And so I just kind of went in the middle and said, hey, 13 works. 13 works. Isn't it cute? I love the ribbon. Again, in the beginning of the comments at the very top, I put my affiliate links for Decoexchange and for the Ultimate Mesh Roller. So if you are interested in it, going to shopping, if you wouldn't mind using those, that would be great. Ooh, so cute. Oh, got some fraying in there. Yeah, a lot of people do, like, I have it down here. Okay, I do. Hold on. Whoa. So, like, I have a ladybug. So, like the ladybug, you do the black and white, the black and red polka dot. So, with this, you can do, like, you can do black and yellow stripes if there's ribbon out there like that. I know there is. But, like I said, I wanted to be different. I didn't want to go so like everybody else. I try to be different. Yes, all the bee ribbon's 2.5. This is 2.5. This is 1.5. And let me get my book since so much has come from different places, so you guys know. The bee ribbon this comes from Southern Wreath Shop. Oops. The 1.5, like, it's like a yellow, a little bit of an orange. This comes from Kali.com. And the black polka dot comes from Wreaths by Mary. Brenda, we're actually not on replay, but you can watch it later. If you look to the right of my head, if it shows little red lights, that means we're actually live. If you want to save this, go to the left side or tap anywhere on my face and 3 little white dots will appear up there, and you can click on that and then save it if you want to do that. Oh, thank you, Lillian. I'm such a silly person. If you want to get notifications when I go live, just type in the comments here the word alert. And Rosie, my robot, will send you an alert in your personal message. You have to respond back to her with the word alert in order to get notifications when I go live. If you don't respond back to Rosie, then you won't get them, okay? Thank you, Lillian. I think I covered everything but that. From Ohio in the house. Hey, Lori. Hey, Sally. 14th birthday. Happy birthday. Your high school colors? Mine was blue and it was like a yellowy orange, kind of like this. We were the chiefs. And, Indians, with the chief thing, and that's what we were. Yes, if you guys want to, get alerts, type the word alert, y'all. Lillian, thank you for mentioning, because I forgot all about that. And like and share this too, y'all. Man, the more fun. Oops, you love. Well, I missed that, Brenda. What did I miss? Okay. I oops a lot. I'm a crazy woman. Crazy, I tell you. But that's me. I'd rather be crazy than, I don't know, I like to do things. You know, like I was gonna post a picture the other day for y'all and see if you could find me. I had gone, this is a couple of years back, skydiving, and it was tandem skydiving, and I will never do it again. But thanks, Lily. Hey, Donna. And it's a picture of me up in the air. But if you would, I wish I could post the video. I can't. But of me coming out. Oops. Boy, I didn't tie that good, did I? And it shows me coming out, and my face is like, because I was cursing like you couldn't imagine. Once I came out of that plane and going, what the heck are you thinking? If this parachute doesn't open, you're gone, girl. You'd be gone. I just can't imagine people. It's just not a me thing. Jumping out of planes all the time, you know, just for fun or whatever, or for a job for that matter. Crazy, I tell you. But I did it once. I can say I did it. Just like I got a tattoo. So I got to come up with something different to do each time. I try to do it, you know, just to make life interesting, you know. Because, you know, hey, you only live once. And it can be, you know, I was like, hey, might as well try it. Might as well go somewhere. You know, here's another goal I'm trying to do. Is visit each United States at least once. To say, been there. And, you know, go see something, I don't know, whether it's historical or something in there. You know, like, if you think of Mount Rushmore, you know, as being something. And I keep a, you know, list of the places I've gone. And just, silly little goal, but just trying it. I'm afraid if I start jumping out of a plane, would not work for me. Listen, Susan, let me tell you, I was fine putting on the harness, getting into the plane, looking out the plane, how beautiful. And then when the guy said, oh, look, we're at 10,000 feet, and we still got to climb. And I went, 10,000 feet? And that's when I yelled back to my son-in-law. I said, I can't do this. And then when that door opened and sucked all the wind out, I was like, holy moly. I mean, my face, the words, you didn't need to hear me. You could lip read what I said. And I was just like, good golly. But I did it. And I was like, I'm not doing it again. So I'd like to do, I know, here's weird for you. Go shark diving. And just, not feeding. I don't want to feed a shark. But whether, like the great whites, you know, like I watch them on TV all the time. And, you know, when they have the Shark Week, or go on a safari, you know, like, I don't know, just do things. I'm afraid of heights too, by the way. I know, isn't he cute? He's gonna go, I'm gonna put him on the sign like this. So the sign will be on an angle, and he'll be like this on the sign. Donna, you can jump out of the plane. You know what I want to try now is, because I've done the jumping, they have like these, like a wind tunnel, and you can go in there. You know, it's all wind, and it's like as if you're flying, but you don't have a parachute, so the air pushes you up. You gotta be in that funky position. Aren't they cute, Sally? So I want to try. Look, I'm scooting out of the picture here. I just noticed that. So I want to try that. But I have my bucket list. I want to go skiing, like in the Alps in Switzerland. You know, just say, hey, I did it. Because I used to ski a lot when I was a kid growing up. But as you get older, work and kids and things come into play. That would be adorable. I know it. I think it's going to be cute. With the bee sign, I want to put it on an angle. And then have him here. Or her. I guess it, I don't know. Him or her. Well, I don't know. Him or her. And then a bow here. And then I got some mesh. And I have these other bees. I know you guys can see them. These are metal. And maybe cut these off and put them on there. But I haven't decided if I wanted to do that yet. Because I have another bee sign. And another bee head, for that matter. That I could do, you know, if I do one on this and part on the other. I know. The bee heads are hand painted. And they came from Pizzazz wreath. Pizzazz. So spell the word pizza and add 2 Z's at the end. Wreaths. All one word. That's where the bee head came from. If you want those. Why did I start on the outside? I usually start on the inside. So, I know I showed them to you when I got them. Because I got a bunch of signs from Pizzazz wreaths. I may be pronouncing it wrong. Dun dun dun! Me and my girlfriend, I was younger when we state guards and firemen asked if we wanted to rappel down a building, and we did. It was fun. I was afraid of heights. Girlfriend, I'm afraid of heights too. But, you know, it's like even going on a roller coaster, I'm the one screaming and crying when I get off, let alone during it. And my granddaughter just laughs at me and it's like, I'm not going on with you again because you're too loud. Because you're too loud, Nonna. Oops, part of your comment's gone. I just did a spring, summer, every day. Oh, good, Donna. Yeah, I'm trying to get, I mean, I've done, you know, what, I have 2 Easter left here. I think I have 3 Valentine's Day, and I have 2 St. Patrick's Days left. So I was starting, of course, Mardi Gras is still here. If you guys want him, he's available. I didn't put in this wreath in. I should have. I didn't put it in my shop yet, but it is available if you want that one. Isn't it cute? Oh, love it. Love it. Did you do the zip line in Vegas like in that, was it like that domey thing, you know, where you're like laying on your belly and you're zip lining through, like, I call it like the tunnel thing? Is that what you did when you were in Vegas, Janet? You know what? I'm terrified of heights. You just do it once and you don't have to do it again. You know, like I said, like I want to do swim with the sharks. I want to do deep sea fishing once. You know, I'd like to catch one of the marlins. You know, look at catch and release, but I don't, because I'm not going to eat it. Kind of thing. Do something like that and just, I don't know, have fun. Christina, you back again? Did you fall asleep? Yeah. Just, you know, even if it's a simple thing, if you want to go see a concert that you've never seen, or you want to go cliff diving, like whitewater rafting is one too. I want to try. This is what I'd like to do. I would like to go to the Grand Canyon. And I don't know if they have this. I think that they used to. I don't know if they still do. Well, they have like a camping trip, so you ride the pack mule and, you know, go whitewater rafting too. And, you know, you camp out there. I think that would be just so cool. All right, so I only did 2 up here. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the sign and see where the sign and the bee are. So, you know, what covers up what and see what I have to do. I was talking to my mom. Oh, get off the phone with you. Oh, you just had your mother-in-law with you. The waiting. Kids are ready to move it. Wait. All right, Vicky, go be with the kids. The Kentucky Derby. I lived in New York, the Belmont. I used to at the stables there. I used to like muck the stalls and stuff like that just so I can say I was at the Belmont. I got home from a baby show about 10 minutes. Okay, hey Rose, how are you? Look at me. It looked like it was in a hay bale. Alright, so this, we're going to cable mount it. If you have, you know, there's some of those little things you can punch the holes in. And if you want to do it that way. But I rather have, if it doesn't have holes, I don't want to make holes. Sometimes you'll get ones that have 2 holes on it or something. But, so we're going to just cable mount this from behind. Oh, that's for that, guys. Let me get some cable mounts out. This is going to be rattly. You're going to hear noise. Sorry. Write down the color of it. Where did you want to do the white one? Venus, I'll go wherever. I'll go wherever, right? Water rafting. Oh, here it is. I just want to say I've done it. You know? I think it would be fun. My husband did it. He went with... he was gone for 4 days, and he went with a friend, and he brought, they took pictures of him, and you could see them like, you know, like really working, and I was like, oh, but at the time I couldn't go, you know, I don't know if it was with work or because of the kids or something at that time. Venus, you should just go though. You know, I've been to Las Vegas and the Hoover Dam. Oh, this is, let me tell you, these are cable mounts. They peel and stick. Let me put this on so I don't stick to my fingers. This is what they call rapid fuse. I get mine only, there's one Joann's here. Some people say you can get it on Walmart. It's like a quick bonding glue, which sticks to my, I did that the other day and it stuck to my finger and I thought it was just, you know, regular hot glue, and I tried to peel it off. Now I have a little bit of a scar because it was my skin. I didn't realize it. I know. Hey, I'd like to go to do that at the Derby as well. That would be fun. Venus, you're never too old to do anything. Listen, skydiving, there was, now if I tell you this, you're probably not going to want to go. After I went skydiving, this video came out. It was on YouTube. And it was a lady that was, I think she turned 80 or she turned 88, something in her 80s. And she wanted to go skydiving. So she did. But I say the word funny because at the end, you have to watch it all the way to the end. They didn't tighten her harness very well, so she kind of slipped up like a clam. And she was like hanging. And the guy's like holding, she had like a, what do you call it? Like a warm-up suit on. And she was like basically hanging on for dear life. And she got down to the landing. She lived, needless to say. And they got down there and they said, you know, about doing it again. She was, yeah, I'd do it again. And I thought, good Lord, 88 years old, like you live to that age and you fall out of a parachute. That would be crazy. Yeah, you can find, okay, so the cable ties are just little, these are 1-inch squares, okay? And they have, which I'm going to show you, because let me get some of my, I think I'll do this, I'll do it in yellow, because I have yellow on the things. Let me get two for the other ones. Hold on. Okay. So you can get these. You can. I have yet to find them in my Walmart by me. I got this bag. This was like 100 cable ties. See, I need some more. And I got this off of Amazon. I hate the rattling. And that's where I got these. But I have found them in Home Depot. Amazon has them. And what they are, they have little holes in them. So you can see it's holes 4 ways. And I put my pipe cleaner through it and tie it. Oh yeah, G.W. Bush did it. No, senior. Right? Was that senior or junior that did it? Bush. I get so confused with all the different names. Love my mint chew. Alright. The sign is cold. Even though my house is hot, the sign is cold. Alright, so I'm just twist tying this around. And once I put the sign on, then we'll decide how I'm going to put the bee head on. The bee head. Senior. Thank you. I thought it was senior, but I couldn't remember. Because I was like, I didn't think it was junior that did it. Alright. So let's bring this guy back up. Now, because I'm going to stand up, so if I disappear, sorry. And I'm going to turn it towards me because I have all this down here that I don't have the ties in yet. You know how you stand there and you want to angle it, but it doesn't matter how you angle it because it's a circle. So if you angle it this way, it looks like it's square this way and you think, oh, I don't have it angled, and you keep doing that. Have you guys ever thought about that? All right, so let's say if the bee head goes there. So this is going to go here. Look at me. You like my pants? They got feathers on them. Should have bee pants on, right? All right, so let's poke these guys down through here. I don't think I'll add there. But I think I'll add, let's cut 2 more of each ribbon first. All right, ultimate mesh roller. Look, I can stack them on top of each other. Pull them through. Oops. And remember I said, where are my scissors? I cut these at 13 inches. So see, I can cut 2 at once. Yay. One, two, three. Okay. Oh, where's my little yellow one? The only reason why I didn't have this one on here before was because I had the mesh up there. So that's why I didn't have this one up there before. No, they said he didn't see a shadow, so it's supposed to be an early spring this year. Which would be nice. Hopefully it would be nice and not all this rain. I hate to say I'm sick of water. I don't think you saw it. Happy Groundhog Day, Debbie. I didn't even know it was today until I saw the news. I didn't see it till tonight. No, if he doesn't see his shadow, then that means we're going to have an early spring. If he sees his shadow, then that means we're going to have 6 more weeks of cold weather. Oh, see, I just said it and y'all wrote it too. You may have seen the comments quicker. On my phone, I see them in real time, but when it comes to the iPad, it's delayed 8 seconds. So I get your comments after you guys all answered everybody. Love my outfit. I know it's Feather Day. You think the pants would have kept me warmer? They're leggings, but no, they didn't. All right. So we cut 2 more, 13 inches each. And I looked on this to see if it mattered. You know, like sometimes you get patterns like this and you got to put them the same way. But there wasn't any way to put this. So it doesn't matter. This, the same thing. Well, there is a kind of a bottom side to this. But it's really, no, it's not really. You can do this either way. Hey, Barb. All right, so fold that in half. I'll fold this one in half. Let me roll these guys up so I don't get them caught on the mesh. I'd put pins in them, but I don't have any. So like and share the page, y'all. If you want alerts, type the word alert down below in comments. That would be cool. I have my pajamas on all day and clothes. I did that the other day when I wasn't feeling good. You know, the middle part of this week, like, I was just like, it wasn't like I was sick. You know, you just get that, you know, kind of thing. And I was just like, I'm just going to stay in my pajamas. And I was like, that's it, man. Pajama day. Thank you guys for all the alerts. Yeah. Now, when you type the word alert, Rosie's going to send you in your personal message a little question. The question and answer would be to type the word alert back to her. If you don't respond back to her, you will not get a live, you know, alerts from me, okay? I think Donna's doing perfect now. I think she's totally all over her illness. Which is good, because we like to hear people are healthy. It's sad when people are sick, but it happens. All right, where did my sign go? So, see, I put it on that side. That's the way I wanted to put it. See, now I'm going to turn the wreath around. Okay, so if we put the head here, let's say here, since I put, so we'll have to have it underneath, the tail's under the head. So I'll do one more tails here. You wasn't confused in your live. Listen, Donna, I get confused. What, earlier on this live, I started talking about something, and then I, like, space cadeted. I don't know what happened. Where did I say I was going to put that? Here. Okay. See how I space cadet? I have to do one for a friend. Oh! Well, this one will be for sale, and then you don't have to make one, Karen. Then you could say you made it. You could say it's homemade. Oh, that's okay, Donna. That's cool. I get you. I get you, girlfriend. All right, so beehead would go there. So if we put beehead here, we need tail there. We're going to skip one here. Because bow is going to go over here. You know what? I'm going to put two more tails. We'll hold off where the bow goes. I'm going to put two. I hate it if I don't put the tail and then I wish I did. And it's not to say, well, do I have enough? Yeah. It's not that I'm chinsing anything out. It's just that I'm trying to figure out, because if you put it underneath and you don't see it, it doesn't make sense to have it. 10, 13. There we go. And I got to get two more yellow. How do you food drive? How did your food drive go? Donna, the same thing happens off mine. My last live, was it earlier this week? Was it? Yeah. I got frozen. And there's nothing I can do. I don't know if it was because of the weather. There are a lot of people that were getting frozen. So, and it is what it is. You know, it's Facebook. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you there. But I came back on and said, part 2. That's all you can do. Oh, my food drive. Yes. I posted pictures. We did that on, was it this past Monday? Yeah. Was it this past Monday? Yeah. We did it. I posted pictures of the back of my, I have like a little SUV. It's a Ford Edge. And the entire back you couldn't see out of the back. We had so much food. We, my daughter's realtor company, her and her boss, donated to feed 3 families. We got people from our group that donated. You know, it's like whatever you can donate is fine. A friend of mine, she's an investigator, she donated. She sent me up a check and said, buy whatever you need, which was really nice. My neighbor, whose husband has passed, but he was in the Coast Guard. So she donated a nut. She did 2 bags of food, and then she gave me cash. So I bought for the 3rd family. But I couldn't tell you how those families were so appreciative that they got the food. The furlough, it's okay, everybody can say their opinion. I think they're both just being stupidly stubborn. It's like, really? And it's like, ugh, people, get over it. Get over it. People need to live. Yeah. I always lose something or drop it in my lap. Donna, I do too. These things go flying off the table. Or a mesh, you think you cut all your mesh, and you're like, but I thought I cut it all. And then, you know, you cut more, and then you have extras. Same with the ribbons. I try to cut like 1 or 2 short on the ribbons, because again, you know, what am I going to do with 13 inches of a ribbon? I should just make a wreath. Wouldn't it be funny to make a wreath with all your leftover ribbon and just put it in there? And I think that would be kind of just fun. I should do that. Because when I first started, I would always count and do it, and for some reason I would have 2 tails worth left. I don't know why, but it just always worked out that way. Oh, thank you, Venus. I like it too. I do love it. I just, you know, it's not a lot of colors. It's black, white, and yellow. Now, when we get to the ribbons, I added some pink in the ribbon. You're probably saying, why? Because the little, where is he? Oh, here he is. He has little rosy cheeks. So, or, you know, so I added just a light pink in the bow, for the ribbon and the bow. And just offsets the color. Like, where's my other one? Like when I did the St. Patrick's Day ones, everybody's like, why are you putting in orange? Well, the orange is one of the colors for the, you know, for the Irish and their flag. So, okay, so the frame came from Craft Alpha, but Decoexchange, I think, has a whole bunch in yellow. The bee head comes from Piaz Wreaths, which is pizza with 2 Z's and then the word wreaths. And this is a hand-painted sign. And the sign's only, it's about almost 7 inches in diameter. And of course these you can pull out, but I don't know if I'm going to pull them out. You know, you can bend them, whatever. This sign, I have it all written down here because there are so many different places I got the stuff. This sign came from Jane's Front Door. I got 2 different bees. Let's see. The black polka dot ribbon came from Wreaths by Mary. The yellow ribbon came from Kali. The bee ribbon came from Southern Wreath Shop. So you guys, it's a lot of different places I got stuff from. The black mesh you can get from wherever. The yellow mesh here I got from Decoexchange. I don't know if they have more or not, you know. It was something different to try. And it's plastic. It's like a plastic. Which would be kind of cool. Oh, I'm reading here to read your comments. Which sign? This sign is the bee head. And this is all hand painted. I think for this wreath here, cost wise, it's gonna go for $85. So if anybody wants it, just for if you guys want it here, you know, I don't have it up in my live, and if I go out, I'm gonna lose you because I can't do it from here. When I post it, I will post it tonight. It will not have a picture, but it will say the word Facebook Live. And I will post it as soon as I get off. I won't even move from my table, and I'll go in and post it. And if you want it, it will be in there. But please, by all means, buy it. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Okay, so bee head. So we're going to put the bee head over here. And I know these are covering, but I just hate it if it's not. I don't know. It's just me. I don't want to people think, oh, she didn't put it in there because she was going cheap. Because you can always pull them out. Cute, great price. The price, you know what? Some people may charge more for it. I probably should, maybe, but I said what I said, so that's what it will go as. Okay, let me get these pulled down here so that they're down there. And let's get these guys pulled through here. I like the bees. I don't like them in real life, but they're okay in the make-believe land. Alright, so I'm going to flip this to make my life easier. Now what I do is I'll push down on the wreath a little bit, just to make it a little bit tighter. But once I flip it back around, we'll do the old shake. Like I said, Facebook was being weird tonight. And to even get out the notice to you guys, it was flagging me, saying no. And I was like, what? So, just frustrating. Where's my other ties? So that was part of the reason why I didn't get it listed in my Etsy, because I was busy fighting with Facebook. Facebook can be a pain. So like and share, you guys. So that's on pretty tight. Now that is smooshed on my ribbon. Hold on. That one goes there. That one comes there. Don't look at all the roots of my hair, y'all. Well, see, I probably didn't have to put one underneath here. But that's just me. Just me. It is frustrating, and you know, when you don't have, you can't control it, Facebook, you know, what are you going to do? That's the B sign. One sign. So this guy we're going to put on top. I think I'm only going to put 2 mounts because he's small. Because you can't go top and bottom. And I'm going to put him here. And then I'll probably put a little glue there. Just to hold them. Hold on. I may plug in my hot glue gun. And I got 2 mounts right here. And this is the other bees I was thinking of taking off and putting on it. But I may not, because I think what I have is enough. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, like and share. He got put in Facebook jail. I've gotten put in Facebook jail once. And I was in for a week. It was back in December. And I learned my lesson the hard way. Oh, did I freeze? Okay, it didn't freeze on my end, Barb. At least I don't think so. Alright, so I'm going to look at the eyes and kind of put it where the eyes are. It's about halfway. This is like super glue, this rapid fuse stuff. I have glued my fingers together, and that hurts when you try to split them apart. Yeah, Barbara, it must have been yours, but it's all good. Glad you're back. Glad you're back. Okay, good, guys. I would be bummed if I froze again. Okay, Barb. Well, I'd be put in Facebook jail, too, if I made a comment, I guess. I stay out of the political stuff, guys. I just stay out of it. It's not my place. Not my place. So let's get our bee on. Oh, it's coming to life. Oh. Oh. I see my fingers are through. Where's the pipe cleaner? Oh, how cute. I just like the expression on the bee. It's so cute. Now, I could tie these together, but then it's going to shift too much because this is too wide. So, I usually take it on a single, one of the rails, just do a single one. Where did you get the other bees? These bees down here came from Hobby Lobby. I just happened to be in there and I saw it and I thought, you know, maybe I can cut the bees off because they're not, you know, attached very well. And, you know, maybe use it on here just as a little whimsical thing. Look at my bee. I like my bee. Fix my tails. I'm probably going to have to fix them at the end because I'll mess them up a half a dozen times flipping this thing over. Once my glue gun... Where's my other tail? That one can be there. Here it is. There we go. There we go. We're getting it. And I'll fix those a little bit better. But look at how stinking cute that is. Oh my God. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, that's going to be cute. All right, so glue gun, are you ready? Hold on. Get the cords. And the only reason why I'm doing this is just to hold them a little bit in place. Oops. I get all the strings. I know, isn't it too cute? I have two of these signs, and the other bee sign, I have two of the heads, and this is the other bee sign. But this one I would like to do with like a yellow polka dot. And I have a big yellow polka dot. So, but I wanted to do this one tonight. I got glue sticking off my Band-Aids. You know how you just like pick one out and you gotta go with it? All right. Oh, I think it's bow time. I should really take this one out from underneath. Look good when the dot tails, they look, what? The river tails look so good. When do the tails, they look crappy? Oh, scared me, Susan. Okay, so based on your ribbon, so there's different types of ribbons you can get. This is really stiff, and this is because this is like painted on here. I took this one out because I want to put it over here. Because it's just not making sense under the sign here. And I'm just going to cut these down. So you have to look at the ribbon that you have. Because some ribbons, like for instance, this type of ribbon is very flimsy. It's great for a bow, but not to do tails with. So you have to look at some of your ribbon, like this here is a little bit more silky. Now, I won't use this because it's not, you see how it just falls down? But it's great and really pretty in bows. So the longer you cut them, then the more risky things go in flimsy. I usually do my tails anywhere 12, 13, or 14 inches long. The longer you're doing, the more it covers here. So it just depends on the look you're going for as well. If it's a frame where you see a lot of the frame in between here, you may want to go longer just to hide more of the frame. It helps. Does that help you? Yeah, don't burn myself. Hey, after I did that military wreath, that really burned me. That one, and when I did the initial wreath on the grapevine, those two, like, really, I think it was, what was the one I was on, Barb, when I really burned myself? Was it that one? The one when I did that initial wreath with the tea in the grapevine with the white flowers? There was one I burned good. I don't know if it was that or if I was just working on something on my own, like not on a live and I did it. I can't remember. But I have a scar here. I have a scar here. Those were two of the big main scars. I mean, that hurt. That hot glue? It ain't cold glue. It is hot glue. That is for sure. All right. So I will fix these after. There's my dog barking again. Oh, too stinking cute. I love it. All right, bow time. It's Bow-Dabro time. We are going to do a Bow-Dabro tonight. Because we actually, I think I'll do it in, no, because I can't twist my thing around. Oh, can I do it in here? I can. I may use both because the ribbons are thick. So, ribbon choices today. Not choices, but what we're going to do. This is going to be my base ribbon. I love this ribbon. And yeah, like I said, it's in this bow right here, which I love the texture. So we're going to use this. Came from Decoexchange. Again, my affiliate links for Susie's Mess Roller, Ultimate Rest Roller, and for Decoexchange. At the very beginning of my comments, I put my affiliate link for them because Facebook was being a dork. Usually I try to put it on the Facebook Live part, on the picture part, but it wouldn't. This is Wreath by Mary. So we're going to do yellow. I brought this in because it kind of reminded me like the beehives. I know they're octagon in shape, but you know, it brings in the black, the brown, and in here it has the tan. There's my pink, his little rosy cheeks. Going back to yellow and black. Whoops. And I have a little bit of green. I thought I'd do that. You think, why green? Green eyes are in the bee. So that's why I was bringing in the green. So these are my choices tonight. I know you're probably thinking, ooh, weird. Once you put it together, then it makes sense. So now I got to reverse these so I keep them in the order. And this one has yellow flowers on it. Because you know the bees like to go to the flowers. That's my thought, y'all. That's how I think. That's how I think. You were working on your own. The tail's length depends on what size, yes. Be careful not to burn. I got that. Use 10-inch tails. I use 10-inch tails, but I think, see, yes. You know, Donna, when I first started, you know, it's always of like, what should I do? And you're going to find your own niche on things. I'm not going to say 10 inches too small or 14 inches too big. You have to judge it. If you're seeing your, you know, frame through it, you either want to do like what I did when I added that extra row in there, the third row in the mesh, or use your, if you're doing ruffles, make them, you know, go in there because that helps cover some of the railing. But if you're still seeing railing, or if you're not even doing ruffles, you're just leaving it, you know, with the poofs and you're putting things in there, then yes, I would probably go bigger than 10 inches to cover that. I know, this is so cool. I was like, oh, and I said, I have to use it in the bee. It's, oh, why am I putting it over there? I have this. All right. Now with this, you cannot cut this on, you know, like we do the dovetails. All right. And you can't leave it straight across. So I cut a little bit on the angle. And what I did here, I don't know if you can see. What I did, I just took the bottom and kind of curled it in a little, you know, underneath. So you kind of don't see it. There's no way to cut this straight. But this is kind of jaggedy because it's at the beginning of the roll. But I'll cut it at the end. Actually, I can show you. I just take it and I lay it down flat. And I just kind of cut. So that's better than what it was. All right. And that's all you can do. You cannot cut these on an angle because of all the crinkleness. It ain't going to work, ladies. Ain't gonna work. This doesn't matter which side I go on, so it's all good. Yes, the yellow is 4. This is 4 inches. All the other ones I'm using, these are 2.5, and the black and white that's going to be at the very end. This one here, this is 1.5. I thought this looked like the honeycombs too, so that's why I pulled that one out. All right, so the tails, we're going to do a Lisa bow, and you can do it on the deco mesh. I'm choosing this. A lot of these ribbons are a little bit thick, so I may get part of it started in here, and I may have to use the bow dabber to finish it, just because I may not have a lot of room. It may poof up too much. Now, you can use zip ties. You can put a zip tie in here. I wait to the end because, see, it goes sideways like that. Or you can put a piece of wire in the beginning if you want to use a piece of wire. I put it in at the end because I don't want to get it caught on everything, because, you know, wire has a mind of its own all the time. So I'm going to go a little bit past 8 inches. It's going to be about 9 inches long, which may be too big, but I can always cut it. Hey Patricia, how are you? I'm doing fine. I'm a lot better than I was earlier this week. In midweek, I just wasn't feeling good. And so that's why I didn't do any of the lives this week. You know, you just got to take a day off and chill, you know. And besides, my business coach was doing a bunch of his stuff, and it pulled me into that realm because I'm in, you know, the courses. So now, somebody was asking earlier if you go too floppy. This is going to be the base one, so you're not going to see it as much. So what I do is I take my things and if I want to do it 8 inches, I go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. 3 inches is here. Do I want the middle bow to be smaller? So I think I'll do this one at 7. And that's just my way of thinking. You can do it however you want. It's your way of how you works for you. So we're going to have 2 bows on one side, arm and legs on the other. 2 loops on one side of the head and the arms on the other. It'd be funny if it was legs. All right. So this is the Lisa bow. I gotta find a bow to invent. Be famous. And then we're gonna stop there. I'm gonna cut this longer only because I don't have it laying flat or anything, and I want to make sure I get that angle right. So I'm just gonna cut it straight across for now. Yeah, you do need a break from busy, and you know, this is the only thing, I call it my job, whatever you want to call it, but I like doing this. So this isn't, sometimes after you make a wreath, you're like, oh, okay, I need a break, kind of thing. But, oh, green goes next. But this, I don't call it my job. I mean, I do, but I take these off of here. Hold on. And move you over. I'm going to use this side because when I use the bow dabber, I always flip the thing back and forth. So what we have here, I'll show you guys. We have 2 floppy arms, a head, and 2 legs. Look at how pretty. You're probably going, that is one ugly bow. But when it all comes together, you'll see. I know, Barbara. I think it's just the weather, you know, being cold, and it wasn't like I said, like I was sick. I just didn't feel good. You know, what do you want to say? I didn't feel right. All right, so I'm going to bring this at 8 inches too. I usually dovetail one side and leave the other side to when I get it in. All right, so this has a right and a wrong side. So you can do it here. I put it in and then you can twist it. It's up to you. No right or wrong, whatever works for you. Okay, so this we're going to do the opposite now. We're going to put the 2 bows here, or the loops here, and the head and the arms on this side. This is a pretty combination, if I do say so myself. So this one was at 7, this one's going to go at 6. And there's a measuring thing here. So like and share the page, you guys. Just so we have more friends. I like friends. What did I do? This one's 7, 6. I like friends. And if you want to get alerts when I go live, just type the word alert down in the comments. And Rosie the robot will send you a message. And when she sends you the message, make sure you respond back to her with the word alert. Because if you don't, then you're not going to get alerts. Alright, so there we go. So when I eventually cut these, I'll cut these the same length as the bow when it's out. But for now, I just give it a little bit more on it. There we go. Actually, the yellow and green, you know, when you put the bows out, sometimes you're like, ah. But it's coming out pretty. Alright, so I'm going to flip this baby back. Did you guys freeze on me? Okay, good. Gotcha. Don't have to answer, I gotcha. My end keeps freezing at times. Now, I'm not putting any of the bee ribbon in here because it's all the way around on it, so I'm choosing not to. Does it, can you? Yes. I was just choosing not to. I got you guys. I got you. I wouldn't leave you. Just popped in. What are you making tonight? Hey, Lisa. We are making a bee wreath. This is where we are so far in our wreath. Ta-da! And you should stay, Lisa, because we have fun. If you can. So this is what we're making. Boy, that's a big delay on my end. So right now we're putting the bow together. I'm making a Lisa bow. So it went 7/6, I'm going 5. So it's about taking off an inch each time. Thank you, Lisa. And again, flip it around because there's a right and a wrong side. Stab myself in the arm with the scissors. That wouldn't be fun. All right. So see, this is just a light pink, like that's in the face, the little rosy cheeks in the bit, and I almost said baby, in the bee. I had my granddaughter here today, and she's so funny. They say the funkiest things, those little kids. All right, so I'm just going to flip this around. And, you know, we were having our contractor come, and his name is John, and she wanted to stay. And her mom came. I mean, literally, they probably, between my contractor and all, because we have known him for the last 4 years. So he was here when my daughter was pregnant, and she went into labor when we remodeled the main floor that I was on 4 years ago. And we purposely waited an extra week from when my daughter was actually due, thinking, oh, she's probably going to be over. I mean, she was big. Hope she's not listening. And she went the day we started construction, which was a week after she was overdue. She went into labor that day and had the baby that night. So between, you know, knocking down walls and stuff to going, and I was babysitting another little baby that was 3 months old at the time, and it was just a crazy day. Crazy day. I was like, really? You would do earlier, you know? But so he has known her since she was born. And, you know, I have a picture of him holding her. And when he came today, because, so 2015 she was born. And that's when we remodeled our main floor of our house. The house is 40 years old, so just to let you know. Needed some updating from the 70s. And so I have pictures of him holding the baby. And I said, she wanted to see you so bad, although she wouldn't remember him. And he goes, really? And he was looking at the pictures that we have down here of, you know, my grandkids. And he goes, oh my God. I said, yeah. And I said, she's about this tall, little skinny string bean. And he's like, oh. I said, well, I'm sure during the time that you guys are doing work here, you'll probably run into her. Hey, Kim, how are you? So share and like the page, you guys. So we have more friends. All right, we got 2 more ribbons to put on. Going back to our yellow. I'm going to flip this around. Thanks, Barb. Thanks, my buddy. Barb's my buddy. We met last year in Damon's coin group, and we've just supported each other because that's what this is about. And so we, you know, talk to each other, help each other out, and we have fun. We talk about everything, don't we, Barb? We keep no secrets from each other. All right, so after a while you can't see the measurements. You can use your table here, you know, if you really want to measure it. I just notice, you know, like I put it down and I'll look to see where I need to, how much shorter I need to make it. It's just an eye thing after a while. You just kind of know how to do it. That's what friends do. Yeah, you just talk. And it's nice to talk to somebody, you know, a person that you can trust and not worried about, oh, they're going to go behind my back kind of thing. And I you know, like, I was never the popular kid. Like, when I was in grammar school, I was in with the group. But then, you know, which was up until 6th grade. But then when we went to 7th grade, all of a sudden, it was like, I was no good for that group anymore. And I went, well, what changed over the summer? We were all hanging out, you know. And that's when I decided, you know what, I don't need you guys, because my friends are going to be the ones who want to be my friends all the time. So I made the decision. I didn't care what you look like. I didn't care what people said about you. I didn't care if you were popular or not. I was sure as heck not popular. And I just hung out with the people I wanted to hang out. And, you know, of course, who wanted to be my friends. And that's what I did. So I you know, I don't get into all that other stuff. It's not worth it. But anyway, so I'm ending with the black just because, excuse me, it reminds me of the bee cones, like in the thing, you know, the shape of it. So that's why I wanted to end with this. Dun, dun, dun. And again, my tails are a little bit long because once I get it all up there, then I can see it better and adjust it. All right. Alrighty then. And I need to get some pins because I ran out. Now I'm going to use wire in here, and then I'll show you how we'll cover it up. Make sure my wire is long enough. I love this little round thing because it doesn't crease any of the wire. So I've been looking for it, but not, this is 24-inch gauge. And it has a little thing here. You can tie it in and cut it, but I just bend it over. But I can't find it in that size, that one. I found in, you know, other sizes, bigger numbers, smaller numbers, but not that's the 24-inch gauge anymore. All right, so I did get this all in one. So I'm going to feed my wire through down here. And I made this really long because I want to use my fluff box to do the, could you use a pipe cleaner? You can use pipe cleaners to tie this. You can use zip ties if you want to use the zip ties. You can use wire, whatever your little heart desires. I choose the wire. This is a thick bow. So I'm choosing the wire because it's easy for me as I pull it up. I can take the wire and start pulling it. Not that you can't do it with the zip ties or anything else, but this is just me. So whatever works for you. Except for you don't want to cut your hands. You know me, I'd be the one doing that. Come on out, Bo. Bo didn't want to come out. Come on out. Here we go. And then what I do, I push down on it, and I'll give it a good twist up here at least once or twice. And then I'll bring the wire back behind. Oops. Come here. And then I'll just twist it a couple of times here. You can also take your bow and flip it as you go too. I thought I broke it. Oh, would have been a heart attack. All right, my glue gun's still on, good. So now to cover up the wire, I'm going to use some of this black. You can pick one of the other colors, it's your choice. But I'm choosing the black. Probably too long, but it will work. All right. And I'm going to take this and fold this in, make it look pretty, and I'm going to wrap it around here. And when I do this, make sure your wires are on each side. And I'm just going to tie it. I'm going to use the hot glue gun just to put a dab of glue in here, just to kind of hold it. You know, make sure, even though I'm tying it in a knot. Yeah, I'm not strong sometimes either, you know, Venus. It just depends. I've used zip ties. I do both. Sometimes I'll hook 2 zip ties together to do it, to make it a little bit easy. And this is what I do, just to hold the knot. Oops. Stay. This is where you hyperventilate. So what that's doing, let me put this back up here. And let me get my fluff box. I keep saying I'm going to paint this. And I keep thinking maybe I paint each side like a season. That would be cool. But I wanted to keep the top like a neutral color so you can always see the bow, especially on lives. To me, if it gets so busy that you won't be able to see what I'm doing. And I bring that back around. So let's make a pretty bow because it looks ugly right now. Oops, I wrap this around the nail. Try to keep it under the box, but oh, look at how smushed that is. We'll get it going here. Oops. Curled right there. There we go. And we'll cut all these off. Now you can start on the bottom fluffing or you can start on the top. I usually just kind of pull things around a little bit on the top end, and then I'll go to the bottom and work from the bottom and then start coming up. But just to get it started. And again, there's no right or wrong. It's whatever you feel. Oh, yeah, you can use wires. I have to find out. A friend of mine uses, like, when the wire kinks up, she has this special tool. And I think it's some sort of, it's almost like pliers, but if your wires get kinked, you could just run it across and it straightens the wire out. And I keep saying, you know, I should get one, I should get one. And I ran into that problem the other day where I had the problem, the wire kinked, and I was like trying to unwind it, and it was just such a pain. Alright, so when I do the bow, I look at where my loops are. So like the yellow loop, my tails, I'm not going to make past that. Because the whole idea is to see the loops. You're not really worried about seeing the tails. Ooh, come on, wire. So we'll start with their yellow. Concentration on that one. I gotta think which way I cut it. Gotta think. I'm under pressure. There we go. That's a pretty nice edge. That worked. Yay! Pink, white, and replying to Venus. Venus, you're replying to yourself? Pink, white, and teal feathers. I've done that, Venus. All right. So now the rest of them, I am going to dovetail. Here's my green one. And this is what's nice about the box. The box is heavy, and it's there to weight things down, and it's to make it easy. If you try to do it with your hands, twisting the bow around, it can be kind of crazy. And this, you can see the bow and where you need to fluff it and everything else. make that a little bit more V. All right, so pink. And again, I know you're saying, why did she put pink in there? But when you see it up on there, it's gonna, I think it will look pretty. I think it would look pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oops. That's a little long. That one's a little long. Because see what I'm saying? See how I don't want it to cover up where the bow is? Or the loop? The loop? Fruit Loops? This is like Fruit Loops. It's all one of every color. Funny me. Funny, funny. Let's cut that one just a little bit more. Don't cut my finger off. What one's on the bottom? Green. Okay. Green. Pull this around so we can see the colors. There we go. Yellow's here. Cut some yellow. Cut some yellow. Oops. Oopsie. Spread those out. And just the black. And then we'll be good to go and rock and roll, y'all. And put it on our little critter up there. Okay, last one. Last one. Last one. Cool. All right, let's put it on the piece of resistance. All right. I'm going to stand up again so I can see my bee. See, this is so dark. You need something, a little pop of color. Let's move this one down. And then the bee will be done. Now I have deco tubing I can put in here. I pulled black and a yellow, but I was debating about using that. And get the yellow even. How did I not do that? There we go. Squinch, 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 pinch, pinch, pinch. Everybody got quiet all of a sudden. All right. Just twist this one down. So it's not sticking up in the bow. And let's put the bow on. See how it looks. can tighten up the bow from behind, but let's see how this baby looks all together. Oops. What do you guys think? Are you guys there? Are you guys frozen? I'm not frozen on my end. Maybe you guys froze again. I hate computers. You guys see? Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, y'all. I can bring it a little closer if that makes it easier. Can't see if I got it on the right angle. I'm looking one way. This way, this way. It's backwards to me. Hey, Christina. So I think it came out cute. And see, he's got the green eyes with little pink. That's why I brought those colors in. Of course, the yellow, black, and white. Just to bring it in, just to make it a little different so it's not all black and yellow. And you'd be like, everything looks the same. Look, I crunched all the tails back here. It fixed the tails a little bit. But I think it came out cute. So, see, it's sometimes when you look at it, you know, ribbon colors, you think, ooh. You know, and then when you start putting it together, you're going, that's not too bad. You know, and it just gives it a little bit of an extra dimension on it. So like I said, so not everything's yellow and black, because then your bow would disappear, you know, into it. So just to give it some fun. So like I said, this will be in my Etsy shop. I will post it right afterwards, and I had already said it would be $85. So if one of you guys want it, jump on it. Because he's the only one. I have the other bee sign, but now I got to get more ribbon. I don't have any more bee ribbon. I think might be in one of my bins here. But, so I thank you guys for staying on. Thanks, Mary Jane. But this is Carolyn from NonnasNuttykrafts. Oh, should I put these here? I forgot about these. It's only sitting here right in my face. I was thinking of cutting off, like sticking a bee on. What do you guys think? Is that too much bees? I think it might be too much. Good night, Mary Jane. I think it might be too much. I mean, like I said, I had some black and this might be too gold. I could do black and white tubing in here. I don't know, I have to see. Kind of, yes, I'm kind of, you know, one of this. I think black and white might be better. The black just to give it more pop. The white just to kind of tone the black a little bit might be. I'll think about that. I don't know. I don't like that color though. All right, you guys. Thank you for coming in and watching Carolyn at NonnasNuttykrafts. And I will let you know when I go live again. Hopefully Facebook won't be a silly person and just frustrate me about it. And you guys have a nice weekend, or at least what's left of your Saturday night. And stay warm and be safe. And I hope everybody, if you're sick, gets over your sicknesses. And if you want to like and share my page, go ahead and do that. If you want alerts when I go live, type the word alert down below. And Rosie will send you a message. And then you'll go ahead and respond to our message with alert. Because if you don't, you won't get notices when I go live. All right. So I will see you guys in. Bye, Venus. Bye, Lisa. Oh, good, Lisa. Yay. So, all right, y'all. So I will, again, the affiliates to Decoexchange and Susie's Mesh Roller, I put in the very beginning of the comments. Okay, so look for that. Oh, yay, Virginia. Yay. Make sure you respond to Rosie, because if you don't, you won't get alerts. So look in your personal message and, you know, respond to her with the word alert. Night, Barb. Okay, you guys, look, I'm hunching over because I'm thinking I'm not in the picture, but I am. So I'll see you guys later. Night-night.